Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota Pit League Season 3 playoffs. That's right, it is the playoffs, the second day, our first round, the losers bracket round number 1. We've got Vega Squadron, the new up-and-coming team with that hot stud no one. They've got Mag Solo as well standing in, played very well in that first game, but unfortunately going down, it just wasn't enough. Really what came down to was NiP team fighting a bit better, getting outside of their base, being aggressive, the Shadow Blade from the Lina. And then, of course, actually, that Troll Warlord not having buyback, them not really being prepared for that team fight in the end of the game. NiP looked so damn solid. NiP, of course, the Swedish squad, looking to take this series 2-0 right now. Vega, if they have anything to say about it with their all-blue roster, they'll try to tie this series up to 1 apiece. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if they get their third game. Maybe get an exciting series at that, of course. We'll have to wait and see. We're here, brought to you by One Game HC, produced by High Ground TV. Again, my name is Mott. Joining me today is Pit Muckle, our observer as well as producer. We got Mott Packs on stats as always, and Trouf. What are you thinking here as we enter up in this first game? Will Vegas Squadron be able to tie the series up, or is it going to go NiP 2-0?
I think they definitely can tie it up for sure. I think they're talented enough. I mean, they were winning last game, and then they lost it in literally a matter of a couple of seconds.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Axe isn't banned out in the second phase, because I think that while the what was it? While the Jug was really strong, and who was the main hero that was? Oh, the Lina. That's right. While the Lina was extremely strong and can be a problem, I think that the Axe is the biggest thing for NiP. I know they love to pick it. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick it up here either. Especially with an Earthshaker and Nightstalker that's double melee. You know their laning phase is going to be amazingly strong, especially when they have Nightstalker Zeus. Like, it leads you to believe they might go some kind of aggro dual lane.
Yeah.
Although we don't know for sure because they have
an Earthshaker and Ancient Apparition too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, and this is going to be kind of NiP, where they just get in this mode where we have this, so we're going to go this. Vega banned out the Luna because they were expecting them to pick up the Chen Luna, which we know that NiP loves. But I'm still surprised to not see the Axe ban. I really wouldn't be surprised to see NiP pick that up last. I think they just run it better than most teams do.
Yep. At
this stage in the game. I think they're really comfortable in playing it. And I actually think that was the biggest problem. He's like, oh, you're 90 or 100 second cooldown RP or whatever it is. I'll raise you with a 12 second one in the call.
Yeah, some ridiculous, absurd time. And I want to point out the heroes that aren't banned currently, real quick, just for anyone that's interested. Axe, like you talked about, Batrider. There's the Axe. Batrider, Shadow Fiend, Lina, Treant. Number of heroes that have been very popular over the past couple of days and weeks are available. And if NiP don't want to go Axe, which I'm sure they definitely can't now, they can easily pick up the Batrider, assuming Vega don't go for it themselves. But if Vega go for a Batrider, I would be astounded. No. Because you look at their lineup, you're like, where the hell is anyone going on this squad? Like, what's happening? You don't really know how this is going to work out.
I could definitely see a Spectre coming out from Vega. Like, they have the amazing global presence to do that and to pull it off. They have Dire safe lane, which is better than Radiant safe lane. They have Ancient Apparition, who's really good in the laning stage as far as harassment. They're probably not going to go aggro with Chen, although they could. You definitely can with Chen, Witch Doctor, or Juggernaut. The only problem going aggro on Radiant with Chen is like it's kind of difficult to get in there and find a creep. Because they will fight you level 1, and Chen can't, without his creep, he is extremely weak. And if Vega do a good job boxing him out, making sure he can't get access into their jungle to be aggressive, then it's really difficult to actually go aggro. The only way you can do it is to take the one main creep that's on the Dire's, like, the one that you can pull diagonally up, that hard camp. That's the only creep you can get, but most teams will just block it. Either body blocking it or actually placing a ward to block it there. And then Chen can't do anything. So I think Spectre would be great here for Vega. They would match their global presence with Zeus and AA. It would be very, very bad. Okay, they're going to Sven. I was going to say, the only thing it would be bad about is defending pushes, which NiP probably want to do very early. Sven, though...
Wow.
Very interesting too, though. I don't know how he can defend pushes that well either. He has some AoE with his stun, but he needs a bit of a mana pool to kind of spam that.
This is an awkward pick. I shouldn't say awkward, but surprising, definitely.
It is awkward.
I just don't understand their lineup right now. And then Clockwork for NiP for their off lane.
I think they have heroes that want to fight in the mid game really, really hard. So we'll see. I think they have kind of the tools to kite Sven though. Like Jug can ulti him. If you get some trap creeps on Chen, he can keep him in place even through a BKB. Clockwork can keep him in place through cogs and pushing him out. So yeah, NiP has a much more standard lineup. Maybe Vega go aggro and put like Night Stalker solo against Clock. I'm not sure.
Well, they need to do something. Sven as a hero, as a carry, to me, is good in like two situations. A, pub games, and B, when you have an IO. And they have neither. This is not a pub game. So I shouldn't speak too quickly because, let's be honest, how many of us have watched Sven games in the recent weeks? I don't know the last time this hero was picked, to be honest with you. Maybe in some tournament that I haven't seen. But this is one of those heroes where you might see a Reddit thread for it, which is like that's how uncommon it is at this point. Like, well, Sven's picked up in NiP versus Vega, game number 2. Everyone's like, oh, Sven, the bodybuilder.
I think what most teams would do, like when Jug is off the board, when Troll is banned, when Sniper's banned, it just picks the next thing, which is Slark in this meta. All right, it's like if this is banned, if X is banned, go to Y. If Y is banned, go to Z. Like that's what it's like in 6.83 right now. So that's when we see a hero like Sven, you think that they have a plan in mind. Which I really think they might go aggro and just put Night Stalker solo against Clock. Because why farm Sven, free farm, when you can like free farm a PA or free farm a Slark? It just doesn't... Now, that doesn't mean that Sven can't be really strong with items. He definitely can, but I just think they have the ability to kite him on NiP. And control him in fights, even through BKB, which is why I think that they need to do something else with him. As far as item builds go, I think that I really do feel like Blink Sven is the way to go. I think that it's really strong.
I was going to mention that. I was going to say that. You took it away from me,
I believe you. I believe you.
Do you need a Blink this game? Absolutely need a Blink. I agree with you on the aggro statement because the last game, it didn't work out for Vega, like shutting down the Era Juggernaut because Jonas was able to get freeform in the jungle. That's not really the case for NiP. You could argue that Chen's getting freeform, but he'll only have like a mech, and that's great. But like, no Blink call. Clockwork's not going to be able to go to the jungle and get freeform, so it doesn't really matter. Like, he only really wants levels. That's not the case for an Axe. So I think they could put a lot of pressure on Era early on in this game. And I don't know, man. I just think it's really ballsy to be able to go for that hero. This is an elimination game. We're not talking about, there's another game they could have to play. That they aren't in the winner's bracket. That this is all or nothing right now for Vega. So either they're pulling something out of their hat or they're just saying, well, let's try it and see how it goes. But I want to point out that if NiP do win this game, they'll be facing up against Alliance. In all, I guess I should say 95% Swedish affair, 90% Swedish affair, as Matt is not Swedish. But that would be an interesting matchup. However, Vega are looking to at least take this to a third game. And they've got a lot of tools to do so. It's just a weird situation. It's a weird draft. Although I will say no one's Zeus is impeccable. It's pretty much up there, but it's not the easiest matchup going up against Limp with the Queen of Pain either. It's going to be a little bit more difficult maybe than he was expecting.
Yeah, Quap is just a beast in the mid lane. She's really, really good. Her auto attack damage is amazing. Her Shadow Strike makes it easy to not only harass, but stay in a position to get last hits too. So, 5 members of Vega roaming down here to maybe place some wards and block out some camps here for Chen and give him a little bit of a harder time. He hasn't bought a whole lot yet. They put this down on Seal Kit. I don't think they can... Well, they're going really aggro in here. He bought some wards and courier. He's waiting on, I think, sentries perhaps. As look at Witch Doctor's items. Not only did he go for Null Talisman, but he had even some pool tangos coming his way as well.
And I feel like the only team that does this, they get the Null Tally on the Witch Doctor. It's so much base damage. It's actually ridiculous. Then Strat 6.83. Vega are 4-0 with Sven this patch. They've run it twice in the solo offlane, but they've also done the aggro try.
Ooh,
looks like
Niposh just got cogged out. Lost a lot of mana there.
Yeah, no more stun for you. And he doesn't get the bounty rune either, but no one will get the bounty bottom. And I think he's getting close to bottle. Yeah, he is. So it's not bad for no one, but... Niposh solo safe or no? It looks like they're going to do offlane Mag or Earthshaker for the time being. Well, I don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of roaming around mid. They void up Jonas.
Oh my god, he almost...
Solo up to the high ground. Solo would have been so sad. But he does stay up there. And it's actually going to be a farming... safe lane Sven. We talked about it. You know, it's not a support. He's not off lane. This is going to be a farming Sven and a off lane Earthshaker, which again we've seen in NEL, but this is going to be interesting. They really could have shut down Era, I think, and they're just not going for it. They want Mag to get farm, but we'll see how things turn out, man.
Yeah, Limp is doing a good job about boxing no one out right now, but the creeps are pushing, and he's missed actually quite a bit of CS on his own. So if the Zeus can get all, if the Zeus can get all these CS here, then it won't be a big problem. Yeah, he's missed quite a bit actually. He is doing some good zoning, but we'll see how that unfolds. But I have to say that the things that Jonas did in that top rune, as far as almost cliffing solo. Ooh, they're putting some aggression onto the clock right now.
Jonas is in a heck of amount of trouble. Those cogs are not the cogs you're looking for, Jonas. This might be first blood. They need one more right click. He salves up. They need Void. It's in 1 second. He's going to use it. Almost fogged Solo. That would have been huge, but Solo does pick up the first blood. That's big. That's a big kill. At least they take down the offlane Clockwork, and not bad. Not a bad start for Vega. No one going toe-to-toe with Limp. No one getting plenty of assists. You talked about him getting all of those creeps. He got about 90% of them. He missed one, I think. One of those creeps in that creep wave. It was very impressive to watch.
Goes for the treads, Mom, Blink. Okay, I like that.
That's
if you don't go
standard.
Blink, I think you, regardless, have to go Mom BKB. You just have to. I've tried other things. We're going like, you know, Armlet Helmet with the Dominators, just stacking. It just doesn't work. I don't think it works in this patch anymore. Anyway, I was going to say that it's really important that they got that kill on Clockwork, because he did a good job about delaying them to even get to the lane. Like, it took him a long time to get that to that safe lane. As a result, Sven, I think, is behind on CS just a little bit compared to, well, it's actually pretty close to the Jug. He's 13 for Jug, 11 for the Sven. But this is going to favor NiP in the long run, because they have a jungler farming, and Vega don't. So Vega have to get kills.
They threw down an Observer Ward here, which I think blocked this camp. I'm not sure. Didn't block this one. So it doesn't block this one. No, so not the Magic Bush one. Not quite anyway, but it should block this camp, I believe. Anyways, like you said, it should be you have the jungler, whereas you don't have that on this side of Vega. No one actually had to go home because he couldn't get a rune, and he has to just TP back into the lane. So that's really bad.
I was just gonna say this. I don't think this ward doesn't block anything. It's just a vision ward. I don't know if they wanted just a vision ward, but I don't know the point of that is when you can just maybe put a little bit over here to block this camp. That seems like a very interesting ward to me.
If they were going to be aggro, that ward is fine. You see the Chen jungling, you run at him, but that's not the case.
Even then, like, why not just place it a little bit further so you can also block the camp? Maybe they want to have vision, but they don't want them to know that they have vision. You know?
Yeah, it's the mind game aspect. Who the hell knows, really? Mag maybe feels a bit more safe with this, but Hanskin does smoke up. I don't know if they saw him smoke. I don't think they did. He's got to rotate mid, although no one doesn't see him currently in the jungle. Not that he's got too much vision. This would be a big kill. No one's going to try to go for the top rune spot again, and Jonas, as always. But look at this. They're rotating so many heroes, and Jonas is like, I want to cog this so badly. How much do you want to cog this Solo? They're going to jump in, Scream of Pain. Jonas getting low. Almost push no one up onto the high ground again. Limp actually going toe-to-toe with no one. That is a big kill. 1-for-1 trade. Getting the kill on no one. It's not worth it. That illusion coming out the Scream of Pain. That damage was ridiculous. Bottom lane, they're looking for Mag. I don't know. They might find him. They have cast. Steel Kid gets juked hardcore. Mag is like, I don't know where to go. He's got Fisher. He might have to use it. Cast will go. It's not really going to do that much damage. It's more about the Maledict. Oh, there's the Blade Fury, though. They waited till Mag turned, and Mag is now going to fall to the Maledict. Yeah, it's going to be an easy kill.
He was
nice
fine.
Start.
He was fine. He could have just kept running up, but he like walked backwards to get level 3. I think
he juked himself.
I think he wanted the experience and got a little bit too greedy and paid for it, but those cogs up top, did you see that? It cogged forced like 3 people. He might as well just do the Grand Grant build where he maxes cogs, because he's hitting so many of them.
I like how we're calling that the Grand Grant build now.
He's coined it, man.
Sure. All right. Well, that's the Grand Grant, I guess, for coining the cog build. Skin is gonna run in. Meanwhile, Limp's getting run on. Rather running on no one. There's the ensnare coming out. They have Sonic Wave. They're not going to need to use it. Test of Faith comes out, and they're really shutting the Zeus down. That's his second death. Can't get runes. He's top lane. Jonas, some fan, is in some trouble. He's about to fall, and will, in fact, with a nice void. And these are the Stormhammer. This is the first Stormhammer I think we've seen all game. So, nice kill.
Yeah, the AA buff damage with the only level 1 chilling touch is pretty real. helps out the. I mean, he's already attacking fast on the Night Stalker, even with 1 level of Hunter of the Night. That's a jump from 0 to 20% movement speed, 45 attack speed. So it's amazing even at level 1. And you slap some extra damage on that, despite the fact that it lowers your attack speed just a little bit. It actually only lowers it by 20, but he gets an extra 45. So he still has an extra 25 on top of it all.
He's got some attack speed to work with. And the right click early on from a Night Stalker might not seem like the most potent thing, but still pretty good. Still pretty good.
74.
Yeah. How much does the Witch Doctor have? Only 60. He's only got 70, which, I mean, I guess
With the
isn't
null
that
talisman.
surprising. Yeah, he has the null tally. That's why I think it's kind of interesting. I thought he would have more right click damage, but all right. They're trying to get some vision. They'll throw down an Observer Ward here. They really are going to try to keep no one safe. No one's died twice. He's started to get out CS, and it's kind of unexpected. We talked about how Quidapane is a beast in this middle lane, and they've amplified that by sending the Chen in multiple occasions. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a push is coming. Inevitably, here comes the train of the Chen creeps.
Oh, this clog.
He's dead. Wow, nice kill coming out. Hand of God used it as well. It was too late to the party.
I don't know why he ran up like that. He just wanted to kind of wrap around, but he's walking into not too much vision. He has that ward. They have that ward there where Seal Kid's near, but ran right into some heroes. So I think they should get this to look at the push.
Oh, this tower is ridiculous. The freaking Dark Troll Summoner just goes to work. Pops up the skeletons. He raises the roof. They have a party. They even have the State of Tormentor throw up the Shockwave. They even could use the Halberd Smash or Thunderclap, which is more important to try to get hero kills. But Tier 2 is now getting assaulted as well. You have to wonder, how much punishment are they willing to take? Are they going to be able to defend this? A Glyph comes out yet again.
It has to be Zeus. Zeus has to be the one to defend these, but he doesn't have too much mana, and he doesn't have a TP. So this is going to be a Tier 2 tower gone at the 7.5 minute mark.
And Lip was getting chased down. They had the silence, but it was pretty apparent what they were trying to do. Sonic Wave, no one is going to survive. Top lane, meanwhile, Jonas is about to fall again. Seam of the Slayer gets the cold feet, and it gets the proc, and then the right click comes out. Obviously, a range group gets the kill. Meanwhile, silence on Olymp isn't enough damage. They need something, but here comes Era. Omni Slash is available. He's going to use it. Solo getting low. Zeus Ult coming out. Gets the kill onto Limp. Solo might be able to turn in Void here. Will he survive? Oh, the cast comes in. Lightning Bolt. The Arc Lightning. Era has to back away. Just gets enough mana to Blade Fury if necessary. Looks like no one will try to chase a little bit, but not going too far. Weird fight.
That was a misplay by Limp. When he went in there, he got very easy kill onto the Zeus, but he blinked in and like totally hesitated, and like couldn't decide, should I ult first or should I scream? I don't know what to do. And he just waited so long that the Zeus just ran away. And yes, he hit the ulti from Quab, but he wasn't in range at all for his follow-up spell, the Scream of Pain. So kind of a misplay there from Limp.
9 Posh goes for the Midas. Also goes for 4 points at a Stormhammer, 4 points at a Warcry. He really doesn't want his ultimate yet, apparently. And so no cleave, no god strength. Interesting build. There's so many Sven builds that honestly I don't know, but
I think it's fine actually, because the fact that he's getting cogged so much, he's losing so much mana. He just doesn't have the mana pool to support a couple Stormhammers and a god strength when you're probably not going to get that many auto attacks off anyway. So I don't think it's that bad.
He is farming very well though. He's only 1 CS behind Era and a couple CS behind Limp. Limp is doing a great job, though. Despite that one death, he's having a good time.
Again, though, I still put forth the idea that, like, if you want to get a free farming hero up here in the safe lane that's not going to come into fights, why not have like a PA or something, or a really, really hard hitting? I mean, I guess Sven is a very hard hitting carry when you think about it, but he just gets the problem with Sven is he gets kited too easily, even when he has a BKB. That's the problem. When you think about PA, for example, I know I keep touching on PA, but there's certainly others like Void or what have you, but they can jump around with their own innate abilities. Sven, you have to rely on a blink if you're going to get it, but even then, we'll see. We'll see if this farm can match the farm of what Jug can do.
Ice Blast going in. Nah, it's not going to hit. They'll miss. They popped the Warcry as well for that, and now he's out of mana. He did have Treads. I think he Tread swapped for it. He should have, at least. And nothing really coming of it. You're right. You really need that Blink Dagger on Sven. You do not have the Phantom Strike. You do not have the Time Walk. I mean, there's so many other heroes with abilities. Ancient Age, obviously, with Blink of his own. You just don't have that. Sven is The biggest thing for Sven is the ability to pump out massive amounts of damage early on in the game with God Strength, and then being able to cleave on top of that with great cleave. But he's just not there. He's going super farm mode. He's going pretty much, I'd say late game, if you can call it that. But
well, the weird thing is that his item build is not, it's not congruent with his his skill build. Because item build, you have Midas Quelling Blade, which says, I want to farm. Why would you buy a Quelling Blade at 11 minutes if you're not planning on farming more? The Zeus ult comes out, they know that they're roshing. TP coming in from Night Stalker, but he has no ult, and it's not nighttime. I don't think they can... Oh, actually, they're all coming in.
It's going to be close. This is going to... They need to run it, and they need to run in now if they're going to try to contest this. Arrow's about to pick it up, and it looks like they won't be able to get in there. And Silk with the Voodoo Restoration. Fisher comes out, hook shot in from Jonas. He's kind of alone. Actually, they separate Solo. They get the Death Ward down, and that is a dead Solo. It does a lot of damage to Jonas, but nice hook shot coming in from the Clockwork. They take the Aegis and Roche as well. And they were all coming with the exception of 9posh. Meanwhile, they did get the kill on the Queen of Pain somewhere. I'm not sure how that happened. Zeus ult came through, must have been low enough. Ice Blast in the arrow. That's not going to feel great. No one... Ooh, Blade Fury just in time. Could have used the Aegis there, but... wasn't enough. Top lane, they're going to get the kill on the Sven. They jump in, Limp comes through, gets the Sonic Wave, and the Aegis goes down as well. It looks like no one does pick it up finally. Action all over the map.
Yeah, I just don't think this Sven's going to do anything this game. The trap creep onto mid. Tons of damage because he has the Wolf too.
Oh my god, the double Dark Troll Summoner from Hanskin. You're netted up forever. It's into that bondage life. Dear Lord.
That bondage life, though. You know what? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm admitting to this, but I saw 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get somewhere real bad, but that's not that bad. How was it, man?
It was awful.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So bad. I wasn't really watching, actually. My girlfriend was watching. I was just kind of looking over at her, seeing her watching it.
Just see the reaction of her. It's like,
yeah, Myron.
All right. Well, if you are a guy going to see 50 Shades of Grey, I do feel for you. I really, truly do. But well, sometimes you have to bite the bullet. Anyways, 7-7 is the score. In terms of net worth, there is a very, very, very big discrepancy. NiP have a almost 7,500 net worth lead and an experience lead of 5,000. Yo, use your Midas. 9posh, man. Your Midas has been off cooldown for a good 10 seconds. This is a problem.
He's running all the way over to the jungle. Grant would be displeased. If you ever play NEL or with Grant observing, he will let you know that your Midas has been on cooldown for quite some time.
I lose it. I lose it when I see this. There we go. All right, good stuff. It was on a range creep though. Top lane, Zeus ult, Jonas silenced up. Nice kill from Solo. A solo kill, if you will. Jump in. Limp probably gets this. No Mystic Flare. Now they're going to chop the urn. Limp's actually in trouble. The cast flying through. Solo in trouble. The Death Ward isn't going to be enough. He sticks up. The last hit of the Death Ward from Seal Kid gets the kill. Oh, man. It's a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah. Anyway, I hate to keep going back to this Sven build and what's going on with him, but I just don't... Like I was saying, his item build is not congruent with his skill build. Where his skill build, he maxes the Warcry. The only time you want to do it is you're fighting, right? Because the only buffs you get for it is a lower cooldown, which is great. Oh, hold that thought. They might have put some damage on 9posh. There's the cast. There's the Maledict. The pushback of the cogs. He's trying to do something. He's getting kited around. He's dead.
Yeah, Fisher's going to come out. And he just can't survive through all that damage. They put a lot on him. And had their team been there a bit early, maybe that changes. Sonic Wave, Mag not dead though. Hand of God, silence comes out from Solo, doing a lot of damage. They're going to dive Mag though. Air coming in. Omni Slash onto Solo. That's level 2. Secures the kill. They're diving deep. Fisher comes out. Mag is out of mana. He can't TP away. Shadow Strike. They get 3 kills. It's just there. It feels as if Vega are kind of floundering. They don't really, they're not playing together. And now the 5-man from NiP, too strong to deal with. And they'll take down the tier 1 tower. The snowball meta coming through, and NiP will be able to take the tier 1 as well as get a couple of kills in the process.
I think the most telling problem of the Sven build was when they wanted to go for Roche. Because he was farming up top with limited mana resources. And he didn't have any fighting items. He had a Midas and a Quelling Blade. And you could tell that there was miscommunication because they were like, Zeus ult, oh, let's go fight this. But I think Sven was right in saying, I'm just presuming. No, we can't fight that. I don't have fighting items, and we're in no position to fight a Chen with an Chen with the Hand of God.
Hanskin is going to be in trouble. Zeus ult next a bit too late. Not that it would have mattered because he had the debuff from the Ancient Apparition. Nice turnaround. They get 2. Good and stare onto solo. Could have chased Era down. Fisher comes out. Echo slam onto creeps. Did you hear? He did it. Like I said, he said Echo slam. So.
Oh, really?
That's the. I pointed this out the other day, and I think it's one.
I remember. I just wasn't paying attention to it. Anyway, the Midas is coming up for AA, which is he's actually 3-0-5, so that's really good for him. The Midas is great against Zeus creeps, Zeus creeps. That big army that Zeus could acquire.
With that Helmet of the Dominator that he's gonna get later on in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I get jittery sometimes when I drink this coffee. Yeah, but I'm surprised Zeus didn't get a Midas too. We see a lot of. I think no one likes to go the Midas build too. It's really good against the Chen creeps.
Sure. I mean, I think it's probably fine in this situation with the way the game is going too. But
of course they have a minus on spend, so. And he is going to go. I would presume Mask of Madness again. The wait, Zeus has never purchased. Oh yeah. You wait, man. I'll play a support Zeus in my next match, and I'll get it just in spite of you.
Man, that's a playoff. That's a playoff deciding match you're playing tonight.
Yeah, I know. I'll do it anyway.
All right. Well, okay. I'll hold you to that. I'm gonna point that out in the cast, and then I'm gonna flame you if you don't.
Okay.
No one does pick up the point booster. Aghanim Scepter coming out. Light mail done for Jonas. That's nice, but. Yeah, that mom's still not done yet for 9posh, which is really... He's had that Morbid Mask forever. Buy your mom, dude.
The problem I see with this, though, is, like, yeah, you do have to go mom, but he has to get the BKB, too, because he's going to take way too much damage from the mom debuff. Or buff, I should say. He's just going to take... Like, they have Sonic Wave, and even with the BKB, of course, Sonic Wave will go through that. So, yeah. I don't know, man.
Limparty is an Orchid and an Ogre Club. He's so farmed. He's the most farmed in the game. And then there's the SMY done for the Juggernaut as well. So, like, the items are coming up way faster than they are on the side of Vega. NiP are just... They're getting so much more. And that's... I think a lot of that has to do with the towers, the team fight, the Roche as well. I mean, it's just... NiP, because they have this Chen, they're able to fight early. And Vega were not ready for it. They were not prepared to fight that early on. No one's probably dead unless he, like, forces out... Omnislot... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Well, that's unfortunate. He had a good idea.
Right here. If he had forced here, maybe he lives, but...
Maybe, yeah.
9posh in trouble. No BKB, obviously. Oh, he's just dead. He's just dead. That's all I can say about that. As an Orchid, Maledict. I think Death Ward was expended. Sonic Wave was used. Pure Destruction.
And even if he gets the BKB, you still have problems. This is what I was alluding to earlier. Like, there's still plenty of ways to either deal with him with this lineup or kite him. They don't even need to kite him because they can kill him with Death Ward and Sonic Wave. Or just even the Omni Slash from Juggernaut. I'm sorry to just keep pounding this in, but I just don't think this Sven pickup was good at all, quite frankly.
I'm going to turn to the Earthshaker and say, well, what has he done in the offlane? He is getting close to his Blink Dagger. Maybe that'll be something, but...
That could turn the tides, but he needs levels too. So he's going to need level 11. It's obviously amazing if those Chen creeps are kind of all stacked up. But Hanskin's a really good Chen player, and I suspect he'll be ready for that.
As soon as he knows there's a Blink, which who knows, that might not be on the cards. He's got to know Max is getting close. They're giving him a lot of farm. They're prioritizing his farm heavily. 9posh is saving a lot of gold. So he's not going to go for the mom. He just gets a casual Morbid Mask like you would on a troll. The unfortunate thing is that doesn't really help you. You don't really need that. It's actually a Blink. He wants the Blink instead of getting a BKB. He wants that instead of the mom. So, all right, I guess.
I feel like this should have happened at 10 minutes though, instead of the Midas. If this is what, like, he's just like, oh man, I have to get a Blink, and I think he does. I agree with him. But I think it might be a bit too late. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. What's the graph look like here? It's
not great.
Oh god, it's past 10K.
It is not great. That's a lot of money going the way of NiP, and will continue to do so unless Vega can find some amazing fights. And there's a BKB on Queen of Pain now too.
I think if you're Vega, you have to just defend high ground. Wait for your blink on Earthshaker, which is coming up soon. Perhaps if you can draw it out long enough, wait for an Ags on AA. That'll be huge. Ags AA plus Ags Zeus and spamming from Earthshaker plus a potential ulti, that's really good. You don't even need the Sven. And maybe that was their idea altogether. It was like, we'll get our core items on our heroes, Sven can just farm, and then we can defend high ground, and Sven will, you know, kill him with a one-hit cleave or something.
I don't think they could give away this much, though, this much of a lead, which they have done. Roche is being taken by NiP. They probably know. Yeah, they definitely know. Are they really going to be able to contest it? The answer is no, probably not. Jonas is going to walk right into no one. No one has to force away. Hookshot actually misses. Void, silence. Here comes Limp, gets the Sonic Wave. We'll see you later, Sven. Max probably in trouble too. He just bought his blink, so he won't be able to buy back if he dies, which he will. And Limp gets a double kill. That BKB providing very useful. And then, of course, Roche was taken in the meantime with Era and Hanska. They didn't even rotate over. They didn't even need to use Hand of God or Mech or anything. They just take Roche and then back up. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really hard to fight into NiP's lineup, especially in Roshan. Despite the fact that Clockwork had a horrible start this game, they just have a very well-balanced lineup. Everything about it. Amazing mid laner, your quintessential melee carry in the Jug, a great laning partner to help him out. You get the Chen, which most top teams will say overpowered right now. And then they have initiation too. So they got initiation, carry, laning phase. They get the kill on Limp, which is great because
they needed that desperately. That gives them some room to work with. They won't be able to defend this tier 2 tower, but God, does that help them. They needed something, anything. The momentum was so bad. Solo's just running in right now. And there comes up. Stormhammer onto Hanskin. There's the Omni-Slash Solo. Triple Echo Slam onto Seal Kit. They'll lose 3 already. Era still has Aegis turning onto no one, but 9 Posh. God strength up in a couple. Era's going to use his Blade Fury and try to get out of here. They're looking for another Stormhammer. Era trying to juke. Will he make it out? Actually, they need vision. They can't get it. They stun the creep. They don't stun Era. Hookshot onto 2. The Cox comes out as well, but there's no real damage. Era cleans up on no one. Jonas actually doing work. Ice Blast gonna fly through. There's the Fisher, jump back in. 9 Posh trying to fight, trying to survive. Remember, Era still has his Aegis. They're both so goddamn low. Blink away from one TP, blink away from the other in just a couple of seconds. They will both make it out. That was a lot closer than it needed to be. They can't even get the Aegis of Era, though. That's the biggest issue. And now his BKB is done.
That was like the funniest. You could just see everything that Sven was thinking about. It's like, this stupid creep canceling my blink because of the tornado, and he's like, all right, F you. Just throws out the stun, kills the creep. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to use God Strength and go in for a blink auto attack or save his mana for a Stormhammer. He only had one option, and I think he chose the correct one. I don't think that you would have done anything by activating God Strength there. It was on cooldown at the beginning of that fight too. Could have been a much cleaner, much easier for Vega if he had more mana. That again is another innate problem with Sven. His mana pool is awful. It's really, really bad. You pretty much have to fight on intrades the whole time if you want to get multiple spells off.
Not to mention your Mask of Madness, which he hasn't picked up, obviously, and I don't know if he'll ever pick up at this point. I imagine he will, assuming the game goes long enough. But yeah, that was a really good fight up until the reinitiation from Jonas, and he did very well. Mag got a pretty good echo, killed Seal Kid almost immediately. I don't know. That was a good fight. I will say that it was a good fight, but they have to get a lot more of those before they can really start doing some work, so. We need BKB on 9 Posh more so than anything else, which we've talked about at length, ad nauseum. So there are still no Ags coming out for no one. In fact, he's pretty far. Not quite there yet. He's kind of in the same position that Sema is. Sema has an Ogre Club and a point booster, so he's pretty much just as close, especially with a Midas.
Yeah. They do have good high ground defense, especially when they get this Ags on AA. And I like how Zeus is going for an Ags as well over something like a Bloodstone, which we've seen to be quite popular. I think they just need damage. They need damage, burst damage too from Zeus. It's always good. There
are currently 3 point boosters in the game with another Ags being already completed, I believe. Solo's maybe dead. Yeah, I think, yeah, he's probably dead. He's pretty ripped, as Pip said. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't have a TP. He smoked T. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? The smoke TP Houdini play from solo. Flare, no way. Not enough damage. All right, that's ridiculous. I can't even. That's absurd.
For some reason, I just thought that flare was going to be an AA ulti, even though AA is on the side of Vega. No, that was a nice play by Solo. He's been playing really well this game. I really like the Night Stalker pick, and he's, despite all the crap that they've gone through this game, that's some good money there for Earthshaker. Yep. Oh, and they kill a second creep. 2 creeps for the side of Vega.
Zeus still gonna go just to get vision. They all need to maybe think about leaving here. Era's top lane destroys the tier 2 tower. So I want to point this out real quick. Ag's done for Seal Kid. Then he has 3 other point boosters on his team. Of course, all of which are going to be Ags. And then 3 point boosters on the side of Vega, all of which are going to be Ags. There will be 7 Aghanim Scepters this game if they are all completed. Meanwhile, Limp gonna jump in BKB. No, the Echo Slam Mag, buddy. That was not the time to use it. He got juked. Eric gets the kill on Seema in the top lane. Solo getting caught out. There's the Cogs as well. Limp gets the kill on Mag. And Solo's gonna fall as well. And Eric gets the kill on no one. Oh no. That might just be it, I think. Oh, what a disaster.
Well, we got Sven here to defend, boys. Here he goes. Gets the stun on creeps, blinks forward. Oh man, could this be it? If Eric gets some lucky crits, which he's not getting. He was saying, if I get like 2 crits here, maybe I can get the kill.
Ooh, that hookshot almost came in too. They're really they're going all out.
Yeah, and actually Eric's going for a Battle Fury, which he has now. I mean, if he wants to get his courier to pick up those items and then ferry it out to him.
Oh man, that last couple of seconds from Vega really just wasn't great. 9 Posh throwing up the stun, trying to clear up the bottom lane, jump in Fisher. Nice Blade Fear from Era to make sure he doesn't take that damage and stun, so he'll back away. The Ice Blast is still on him, but he's gonna get sent back home. He doesn't have an Aegis, so there is some more wiggle room for 9 Posh and the rest of Vega, but the lead only increases for NiP up to 15,000 net worth. And
I think if you're in this position for NiP, it's really good to get Boots of Travel early on your cores, because sometimes if your push gets stifled by something like an AA Blast plus Zeus spam or whatever, and all you need is that 1 core to go back and heal, instead of just sending him back and waiting forever, like for him to come all the way back, you could instantly send him back and then instantly come back into the fight with Boots of Travel.
Right.
It's one of the better ways to continue this strategy and to actually push high ground without taking too much damage from constant spam. So if you're Quap or you're Jug, I would like to see early Boots of Travel on them. But they're close to big items. Like I said, Era just picked up a Battle Fury relatively late, but kind of an interesting pickup. And then the Ags just finished here for Quap.
Ags is also done for the Clockwork. Ags was just finished up for the Zeus. Ags is, excuse me, about to be done for Ancient Apparition, as he's going to walk back up and grab that. So how many Ags will that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, or 4. 4 or 5 at this point, so that's something, I guess. And now that there are the Ags up on Vega, that's great, but
you know, I was just
need a lot more. So
theory crafting in my mind, like Ags Sven plus Troll ulti for your team.
Disgusting.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I want to throw up right now. Actually,
and then you make sure you have more ranged heroes, and you got to put a Drow on your team too. Think about that.
So you have to have 2. Well, I guess Troll is also a ranged hero. So Troll, yes. And then like 3 other ranged heroes, then a Sven is what you're telling me.
Yes, and then Venge. Oh, the possibilities. Morphling too, because then he gets extra damage from his agility gain. No. We're basically Reddit right now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what the dank theory crafting coming out here from 9 Pash. We'll see you later, buddy. Probably. Maybe not.
It's nighttime. I don't think you actually have vision of him.
That was awkward. 2.4k for the Juggernaut. I think if NiP could just take an Aegis and maybe somehow win a fight, then they just win the game outright, because there's no buybacks at the Dire side except for 9 Posh, but Roche isn't up for another minute, so.
Yeah, I think they're waiting on that. That's going to be cheese.
Oh,
I heard a
hook shot misses
hook.
again from Jonas onto Solo. Solo will try to see. He's actually going to make it. No battery. So Cox almost pushes him. That would have been huge. Does not catch. All right.
Nice attempt there. If he just went for the cogs, I think he gets him, but Solo, he'll have his extra. It's actually really important that he has his, because that extra vision is seeing where the heroes are. If they can, nice ward here coming out from NiP though. So when Era sees maybe possible aggression, they're gonna know they're coming. They also see them place this ward here. So if they can somehow de-ward that, that'd be really big for them.
That sentry just a little bit out of place in getting that observer ward.
Bottom.
Really nice placement.
They might go for a hook into Quap ulti.
They missed the hook initially, but they get the cogs, and then yeah, the Quap ulti comes out as you mentioned, and they get the kill. Nice play. Nice combination play from NiP.
Oh, Sven blinked into the ward. Jug.
Done up. He didn't Blade Fury. BKB is available for Night Posh. He's just getting Omni Slash. Warcry's already there, but it's just not enough. And Chant Totem, and apparently Mag wants to die as well. He's about to. Forces his way out of there. And then Era jumps in, gets the kill. He actually has a Blink Dagger that he just purchased up not too long ago. Seamless Slayer is going to make it out. Hookshot onto the creep wave. Jonas try to cancel it, but 3 heroes dead across the map. They do have a buyback for 9 Posh, but that was just not the play to make.
I really love this Blink Dagger pickup. It's really, really good for Juggernaut when you're already hitting this hard. It just puts him into the perfect position to get Omni Slashes, so I really, really like that pickup.
They're going to have to use their glyph here in a moment. Dusult comes out. Ice Blast as well. Hanskin's just dead. That's huge. Sealkin might die as well. Sonic Wave, no one in trouble. Silenced up. He won't have buyback. He doesn't. Buyback coming from 9 Posh. Pops up the ulti. Lip is going to be able to get out, though. The Sensor Conqueror Stomp coming in. 9 Posh did not BKB. Not that it would have mattered. They're still chasing, though. Solo looking for something. He'll just get a Centaur Conqueror in the end. Okay, Vega. Every trade it feels like you're just missing out on, but they're not dead yet, man. That's all I can say is that they haven't lost the racks. They haven't lost this game. It feels like it's so out of reach, but is it really though?
I mean, it's pretty crazy when you think about how just 2 long-range spells from Vega killed off the Chen completely. They don't have to expend too much to do that. So Vega has nice tools in defending, despite the fact that they're down 20k. If they had a better laning stage and they had maybe a more active carry, I think it would have been a great game for them. Because this Zeus plus AA is so damn strong. We've seen it so many times. And Earthshaker, despite the fact that he hasn't really had that great of a game, there's still potential for him to get a huge dunk and change the tides. But Roshan, I think, is going to be the focal point here for the next couple minutes.
We'll see you later. Bye. Hookshot comes in, connects onto Solo. Solo now in trouble. Trying to eat his way out of the cog. He will make it for the time being. Throws up the void, but Air's going to walk in, and Omni Slash is available. And he's going to blink in front of him, looking for Mag. They get the flare up. Solo's going to die, it looks like. Their last right click from Jonas gets the solo kill. Hookshot misses. Mag was able to blink away. Again, when they play outside of their base, they lose too many heroes. It's like every 5 seconds, somebody is dying because they want to try to play up. And I guess you have to take those risks, but in the end, they're just losing too much. And that means that they will lose Roche because of this.
Yeah, and it's going to be, well, actually, I guess Quap will take the Aegis, and then I think Cheese for Clockwork, if he has room.
Sure. They have room? He should.
Or the Witch Doctor. Could be pretty good on Witch Doctor, too.
Cheese is dropped there. They're pinging it. Apparently, Jonas doesn't want it, nor does the Witch Doctor. That's who's grabbing it.
Oh, Limp's taking both.
Limp is just going to have Cheese and an Aegis be able to drop it down, maybe give it to somebody in a rough situation. I feel like if you are NiP, you really do need to push into the base. I wouldn't wait any further. I don't know if you're like at your peak of farm and being ahead, but you're in a position where you do not want to give anything over to Vega, because they certainly can still win this game, especially if the game goes late enough that BKBs aren't really an issue. Echo Slam's obviously a big deal. 9 Posh getting maybe a Daedalus could be huge, so there's a lot of time left in this game unless NiP decide to push the pace and try to get to the high ground here. He's actually going to go for an Assault Thrust, picks up the Hyperstone, which is interesting, but not a Daedalus.
It's always fun for me when I see players and like where they put their item slots. And like Eris is pretty close to where I put all of mine. I always have my Blink in the upper right spot, and I always have my BKB in the lower left. It's kind of fun. I always look at these kind of quirky little things.
Era just cleared up like a 5 times ancient stack within the span of a second and got a ton of gold from it.
He has Boots of Travel waiting for him in base and still 3,200 gold. So I think at this point you get Boots of Travel to replace your treads, sell your mom, and get like a butterfly.
And then your
or an Abyssal Blade.
Abyssal could be huge. Killing Era would be about 1350. That seems to be the magic number for most beyond godlike heroes. That's
1350 is good, but when you're down 30,000.
It's more about like killing the entire team. Then you get like, I don't know the amount of gold, maybe about 5,000 if you, maybe not that much, but.
I was gonna say it's probably around there or more. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. That's tough. So I guess with how far behind they are and how underleveled they are and how underfarmed they are, then yeah, perhaps. Yeah, team wipe for science. Agreed. Let's. I agree, Pimp. Let's see what happens. Nimp's like, well, we'll just see what happens here. Listen, we're a little bit interested in ourselves, but that's a refresher orb for Quap. So much for that. What I said earlier, that BKB is now getting down to lower durations. Doesn't really matter. It's 14-second BKB duration. Actually, 13-second technically for Limp if he decides to use his BKB refresh BKB. Double Sonic Wave, that's a bit frightening. Double Ag Sonic Wave. 1,000 damage, by the way, and it's pure damage.
Yes, that's scary. Think about this, though. That's how much one Lina ult does.
Yeah, but the Lina ult only hits one target. That's
all you need sometimes, though.
8k gold and 11k experience. The thing is, that's not even enough. That's not even close to being enough. I don't know. They're going in, though. This is not the fight. No one's been caught out. They have vision. Sonic Wave actually whiffs. Limp is going to get taken some right-click damage. He does blink away. BKB now down. Zeus ult. Ice Blast will get the kill. It will. Echo Slam. They're turning it around, but now the Death Ward going in. Look at the Death Ward. Look at the cleave coming out. Seal Kid going in. They take 4 down in Era. Right-clicking as well with that Omni/Death Ward combo. That has to be it, man. That has to be the game.
I mean, Zeus buys back, but he's the only one. And he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have his ulti. He can spam out a little bit, but no one else has buyback.
That was ridiculous.
Sven didn't use BKB.
Did he not?
He didn't use
not
BKB.
That it matters. It's all physical damage, I guess, but...
But this kind of... If that doesn't matter... I was still kind of saying, too, that Sven doesn't even really... Like BKB, you want to initially think that it's going to help you, but it really doesn't this game.
All right, no one's just going to die back.
Against it.
That is a dieback for sure. That's just game. That's it.
That's game, yeah.
NiP, it looks like they will move on to play up against Alliance. An all-Swedish affair in Losers Bracket Round 2. Vega, well played in that first game. Second game, kind of a rough time. But they played well. I want to congratulate them on a good Dota Pit Season 3. Not many were expecting them to even make it out of the qualifiers, and boy, they upset a lot of teams in doing so. And then they got through the entire group stages as well. They finished, obviously, not too high up, but they did well enough. You look at Vega's finishing spot. They finished 4 and 6 in the group stages, 5th place, just behind Empire and Alliance. And then, of course, going down and losing to NiP. NiP also finishing 5 and 5. Trough, I mean, it was looking good in that first game, and then the second game, we talked a lot about item choices, hero decisions, and just general movement. And that seemed to be the biggest issue with Vega, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the first game was just ridiculous because they should have been taking it, and then in a matter of seconds, they just got abused by Lina plus Axe. That was crazy. Not too much other to say about that other than they just got out-initiated, I think. But then this game, I think there was 2 big problems. One is they gave him the Chen, and they didn't do enough to stifle his farm, plus they didn't protect their mid. They had a hero that's extremely susceptible to Chen ganks. Thing about Chen ganks onto a Zeus, especially when you have a Quap who's very easy to gank for, is you can just run in there. Like, don't have to care about anything. Zeus is not going to kill you when you have creeps to Chen creeps to run in the front and tank the tower hits. There's nothing he can do, especially when you have a trap creep. So he dies almost all the time, and you need to sit behind him. This is why Earthshaker is offlane. It would have been better if they had him as support because he could have sat behind mid and helped him out. But they needed to help out mid. The other thing was just the fact that Sven, I mean, I just don't think this was the hero for this game. Again, he went for this max Warcry build, which is great for early team fighting and skirmishes, but he didn't team fight. He bought a Quelling Blade and a Midas. So it just didn't seem like they were all on the same page.
Hopefully we'll see Vega again. I imagine whether that's in maybe the qualifiers for TI or maybe the next Dota Pit season. I think no one has a bright future ahead of him, but I want to see Vega and see how they play up next time. Maybe they still have Solo and Mag because again, 2 new additions to their squad, and whether they are actual stand-ins, for other players in their squad or whether they're going to be joining the team remains to be seen. Still, look forward to seeing them again in the future. For NiP, looking solid as per usual. Series maybe a bit closer, at least in the first game, than they were anticipating, but turns out to be a great series for them, and they'll go ahead and they'll play up against Alliance in the next round of the playoffs. So looking forward to that. We actually have no games scheduled. We'll have days off of the 24th and 25th. Those days are slotted off so that no teams can schedule there. 21st, 22nd, 23rd, nothing scheduled as well. So it looks like teams are getting ready for Star Ladder, getting ready. They're boot camping. Of course, you have the Summit on the 12th of May. So still a lot of traveling to be done. We might not get too many more playoff games before all those tournaments come to fruition. As always, this has been High Ground TV, producing the content brought to you by One Game Agency for Dota Pit. Follow us at Dota Pit. Make sure you check out twitter.com/DotaPit as well, or dotapit.com for more information. Follow us at High Ground TV, at MontDota, at TralfDota, at PitMunkle, and at MontPax for the stats. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, also for providing us with such a great tournament. It was an 80K base prize pool tournament, turned into 250K plus. And you guys could still increase that prize pool, maybe get it up to 300K if you're feeling feisty. Of course, that would you could do that by purchasing the compendium as well as the Twitch season pass, which is in the Twitch store. Of course, it is a one-time purchase. You get all the dank emotes that you want, so definitely check that out. We're gonna head out of here, guys. I'll be back tonight to do some Group B casting of Dota 2 Canada Cup. Make sure you check that over at twitch.tv/Dota 2 Canada Cup. Tralf will be playing. You can watch his team play last. I think he's the 3rd team to play tonight. We'll see how that shapes up as Root Gaming has to take on 3 different teams. That'll be exciting. But anyways, that's enough of me talking. We'll see y'all later. Have a fantastic day, everybody. See y'all later.